17 games played, 5 goals conceded. Arsenal's defence isn't just the best in the Premier League, it's one of the best in the history of English football. Before their draw away at Sunderland, Arteta's side had strung together 8 straight victories without conceding a goal, a record that hadn't been equalled by an English side for 105 years. But the question is, how exactly are Arsenal so dominant defensively? First and foremost, let's delve into their defensive shape. When out of possession, Arsenal set up in a 4-4-2 deep block, prioritising compactness in and around the penalty area. Arteta's reasoning is clear. He demands that his players prevent passes into the inside channel, because most open play goals in football originate from zone 14 and the area surrounding the edge of the box. So ultimately, by restricting passes into that central zone, Arsenal are effectively neutralising the majority of the opposition's threat, forcing teams to create chances from out wide instead, which is something that they're more than comfortable defending against given their backline's personnel. Players like Gabriel, Saliba, Rice and Calafiori excel at winning aerial duels and cutting out crosses delivered from wide. Plus, Raya's excellent at commanding his box. He's quick to come off his line and claim any crosses that slip past the defence itself. Furthermore, Timber and Calafiori are exceptional in 1v1 situations, which means opponents often struggle to create meaningful chances from wide areas, even though Arsenal place less of an emphasis on defending that area of the pitch.
Continuing with the topic of personnel, Arsenal's defensive players aren't just excellent when sitting deep, they're equally as composed and effective when the team is in possession as well. With the ball, Arsenal adopt a 4-3-3 shape, maintaining a high defensive line and employing an aggressive pressing structure. Gabriel and Saliba often position themselves as high as the halfway line, displaying full confidence due to their athletic ability and excellent reading of the game. If the ball's played long, they dominate in the air. If it's sent into the channels, their pace allows them to mitigate any danger. And if it's played along the ground in front of them, their strength and agility ensures they win those ground duels. In addition, having played alongside each other for 3 seasons, they've developed a brilliant understanding, fully aware of each other's strengths, rare weaknesses, and individual playing styles.
And as I touched upon earlier, Timber and Calafiori excel in 1v1 situations, but they also possess superb in-game intelligence, knowing precisely when to press and when to hold their position. However, of course, naturally having players who are centre-backs by trade operating as fullbacks gives Arsenal an added layer of defensive strength and stability. Though, on a side note, neither player is limited to purely defensive roles when Arsenal are in possession. Timber and Calafiori frequently push forward to support the attack, whether that's by drifting into midfield or overlapping the winger. And for us, this makes them as individuals, but also Arsenal's defensive record, the even more impressive.
However, Zubimendi is just as important to Arteta's defensive shape this season, as he is the catalyst to every build-up sequence. His press resistance and sharp short passing enable Arsenal to move the ball up the pitch smoothly, reducing their vulnerability to quick turnovers during the first phase of possession. Moreover, the Spaniards' ability to form a back 3 by dropping between Gabriel and Saliba in possession allows Arsenal to cover wide areas more effectively. It also frees up Rice to take on a more advanced role, which in our view is where he truly excels.
Additionally, this approach allows Arteta to keep Odegaard higher up the pitch, whereas last season the Norwegian often had to drop deep to assist in the first and second phase of build-up play. And well, just to top it all off, Arsenal's defence has become their greatest attacking weapon. Sure, you could argue that this points to some attacking limitations, but it also illustrates just how influential their defenders are, making Arsenal almost impossible to contain. Competing with Arteta's side during set-piece situations is in many ways tougher than facing most attacks in Europe. Though a key point to highlight is Arsenal's setup against Slavia Prague in Europe the other week. In that match, Saliba stepped into the midfield to disrupt the opponent's pressing structure, putting Prague's number 9 into awkward positions. This movement, combined with clever dummy runs, created space for the forwards to receive the pass, and gave Gabriel the extra time needed to deliver those killer line-splitting balls. It will be interesting to see if Arsenal repeat this approach throughout the campaign, but regardless, it highlights the trust Arteta places in his players, and stands as a testament to their quality as individuals. With Liverpool and City still yet to reach their peak, this season feels like Arsenal's moment. Their clearest opportunity since Arteta's appointment to truly establish themselves as an elite footballing side. The foundations and performances are in place, now it just needs the trophies to follow.